It's interesting. I think they're very similar, right? And that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because quite honestly, the parents have the greatest influence on the player, right? I mean, they're with them the most greatest amount of time. Okay, so I think it's one of the misconceptions, right? Is that once you're here, you've arrived, right? And I think that's a misconception. Some people, because it's so new in this country, right? And the majority of soccer in this country is still pay to play, that all of a sudden when a player comes to an MLS academy and you have, you have these coaches, you have this infrastructure, you have this facility, everything's given to you, right? You're training at the same place as the first team, right? There's it, unfortunately, it can feel like you've arrived when in fact you've just started, right? So I think there's a misconception that getting into an MLS academy means you have a contract or you're a pro, and it doesn't. It just the journey just begins when you get there, right? And the competition really just begins when you get there. And I always tell our players here, I say, you know, if you want to be a pro, you act like a pro, right? If you're 15 years old and you're here, act like a pro, but you're not a pro until you get your contract, right? So I think that's really critical. That there's an understanding that the journey's just beginning when you get here. And the other thing I tell all the players here is that your competition is not necessarily just the players on the team on the field with you that are all fighting for that one contract, right? Your competition is every other player in the country, and it's tiered, right? Your nearest competition is every other player in an MLS academy. Your nearest competition for us is players in the Columbus Crew Academy. Everybody's competing for this very small percentage of professional contracts across MLS, right? So the journey is really just beginning when a player gets here. And I think I think sometimes that's a misconception that people think they've arrived.